Hello, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. It's Gummy. We are in August of 2025, and it's bonkers to me to even say that out loud. And as I reflect on this year, I have a lot of high moments and one of the best years of my life, no doubt. But I also think back to, dang, there's a lot of days that felt the same. That felt pretty monotonous. That felt pretty copy and paste. So I kind of want you to think about maybe those seasons, those chapters of your year where it was pretty copy and paste. It was pretty vanilla. Nothing new, really exciting happened. And while that's okay, and while that's probably human and needed, I wanted to talk about trying something new. I'm not saying quit your job, move to a new city, get a bunch of new friends, go skydiving. That's not the change I'm talking about here. I'm talking about tiny, manageable switches, little pivots, little things in your day-to-day life that could just make life a little bit more interesting. But before I get into today's topic, I'd like to see what's something in your day-to-day life that you'd like to see change, or you were tempted to change, but you're just a little anxious about it. Let me know in the comments below. And if you like self-help, self-improvement, or just chill yap sessions like this one, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. All right, so now on to the topic that I'm trying to get to here. I look back at my 2025, and in that moment of reflecting that I was doing recently, I kind of thought back to my past 5 years of existence, and a lot of the moments that stuck out to me were, yes, the big memories, the milestones that everyone hopes to achieve in their life. The ones that stuck out to me were the ones that were sparked by just a small flip of the switch, a small action that I took just one day. Just decided I want to try this. And it turned out for the better. Now, I'm not saying I was 100 for 100. And I know there was things that I tried. I'm like, ooh, yeah, that backfired. But this idea of a tiny change up, a tiny pivot, really inspired to today's video. And when I say tiny pivot, what I mean is I got a couple examples here. One, last year, February 2024, I started to just try reading as a hobby, as a side thing. I'm an English teacher, high school level, and I really didn't enjoy reading outside of the school environment. It's kind of crazy for an English teacher to say, but it's the truth. I read as a student, I liked it, but I didn't do it in my free time. I read as a teacher, liked it, but didn't do it during my free time. I decided to do that last year, and I haven't stopped since. I think I'm close to 50 books. We'll see how the rest of this year goes. Since the 2024 start date, and I've loved it. It was a tiny switch. Nothing crazy. Doesn't take much effort to read. I just sit down, read, and that's it. Another tiny switch that I started this year was committing to finishing video games. It sounds so silly, such a first world task to have, but once I started getting more intentional with how I interacted with the video game medium, I really enjoyed it that much more. Currently playing through Red Dead 2, a lot of the time in my past, I would just pick up a game and play a couple hours and call it there. I've gone through this year Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. I've gone through Red Dead. I'm getting through Red Dead, excuse me. Half-Life Black Mesa, Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I could go on and on about the video game side of things, but those are little things. That's what I'm trying to say. And through these little switches, I've realized I've changed a lot of my outlook on things and my outlook on myself. I can do these little small things. I can follow through with these small things. And, it's kind of built confidence into myself to accomplish those things and realize to accomplish bigger things in my day-to-day life. So these tiny changes, I think they're beneficial due to the fact that it's new. And our brain likes new. That's why people are dopamine fiends. You're scrolling because you're guaranteed something new the minute you scroll up. With this newness, when you have a novel experience, it's memorable. That's why everybody remembers their first time with everything. Their first day of school, their first high school dance, the first breakup, the first kiss, all those cheesy firsts. That's why people remember it. It's because it's new. And when you're not having these new experiences, especially as you get kind of past the high school, college, it's kind of like now you work for the rest of your life. Once you get past these benchmark new experiences, it's kind of up to you to make that novelty happen. It doesn't need to be drastic, though. That's the thing that I kind of been realizing lately, is that some of the most important things that could change your life start with a really, really small decision. So if you're someone who thinks back on your 2025 and go, dang, there's a lot of blending my days together, they're all copy and paste, I'm really not happy with it, understand that something new could make that time period more memorable. It could be as simple as, I'm going to bed 10 minutes earlier, I'm waking up 10 minutes earlier, I'm going to try new food for breakfast, I'm going to try new coffee for breakfast, I'm going to take a new route to work or school, see the scenic view, I'm going to text a friend I don't text all the time, you're going to cook without a recipe, I'm going to say yes to that one thing I usually skip. It's those small decisions that could ripple effect in ways you don't know. And that's kind of exciting. And the thing that kind of reinforces this idea that new is good at times is when you realize you're doing something new or you're having a new experience, you're really grounded in that moment. You're like, holy cow, this is awesome. I can't believe I'm experiencing this. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get that satisfaction from trying a new Starbucks coffee, but it breaks up the monotony of your day-to-day life. It breaks up the pattern. It breaks up the rhythm. So this whole concept of trying something new isn't meant to change your life overnight. It's just saying like, hey, look, you're living. You have control of your life. You can take the reins whenever you want, but here's something new. And on the other side, if you try something new, you don't know what could come of it. You don't know the result. And I think that's exciting enough to at least give it a shot. And these little changes that you make could end up building like curiosity about new things. It could build your flexibility skill, meaning like, hey, I can kind of handle more than I've told myself I could. And it could really make you more self-aware. Like, hey, I like this, but I don't like this. Great. Now you know, because of that little tiny switch. What I'm getting at is that one small change in your day-to-day life, one little like, hey, I want to try this, and you do it, could be great. The ripple effect could be massive. And the tiny switch doesn't need to be profound. It's tiny. It just has to be you. It has to be you to make the decision. It has to be something you are intrigued by or you are interested in. And since I disclosed that I am a high school English teacher, I want to give you some homework. I want you to try one new little thing in your day-to-day routine this week. And I want you to comment. Maybe if you're like, all right, I'm going to put my reputation online, I'm going to comment under this video, and then I come back and then I'm going to tell them the result. I'd love to hear it. That would probably make my year. If one person just said, hey, I tried this and this is what happened, good or bad, I would be a happy camper. And who knows, maybe I take your comment and experiment with it myself. All in all, these little changes won't change your life overnight, but I promise you it could lead to something that's pretty profound. That's pretty awesome. I want to thank you for watching this video, listening to this video. It really means the world to me. If you like this uplifting, self-help, positive mindset type of content, please drop a like and subscribe. Thank you. We'll see you in the next one.